Hi there everyone, it's Mike from Cavill, and I'm a man that's on a mission. I'm on a mission to impact on as many businesses and owners and people within hospitality sector as I possibly can. And I want to try and make their lives so much more simpler for the better and give them more time. This free people up. So one of the things I really am keen to look at, it's a thing that's come up quite recently, I think actually, is around obviously doing the trials for people, unpaid trials. How does that work? Is it even legal, and should we even be thinking about doing it? And how do people feel? How do those people feel when you're asking them to come in and saying, hey, go on then, cook me something, let's do some trialing here. You know, you say you're a chef, come in the kitchen, you cook something up for me, let's do a service, right? So at the end of the day, what I want to look at is precise reasons to why should we, and what's the impact, and where's the value for us out of doing this. So I think for me, one of the first things first, is it legal? Well, it's not legal. There's no law to say that you can't do unpaid trials. There's no law against people like volunteers who do work for no money. So it's not illegal. In terms of how people feel about it, well, that might be a slightly different kettle of fish. It brings us back onto another conversation we've done in the past around 0-hour contracts and how people feel about those too. But do you know what? Actually, it's not illegal. It's not illegal to do a trial. And what I would obviously emphasize to you is look, if you're doing this as part of a recruitment process, if you're getting a couple of people in who you've advertised for a chef role, as an example, you're getting a couple of people in and you want to trial them out, then do it to both. Do it to all that come forward for the interview. Don't just do it to one or two. You've got to have some fair and equality in your processes here. You've got to be able to show that why you've done that for that person and not for somebody else. You don't want to be going down the road of, well, he did that because I've got a disability, so he favoured that person and gave them a trial. Something along those sort of lines. You just got to take care of yourself and think about things and just do things consistently. So, you know, keep the consistency is one of the fundamental things, and you're probably going to be on the right road there. I think in terms of the trials, do you know what, in this kind of industry, in the hospitality sector, it's really good idea to have that, to kind of see. It's hard to ask a chef all the questions in an interview about, I mean, the key things around linking in with your values and all the other bits and pieces, fundamental, absolutely. But when it comes to the actual day-to-day stuff about how they can cook, what their experience is in, what their failings are in, what's the issues that they need to grow in at this moment in time, what kind of experiences have they had in the past, and how's that impacted on the food they design now. All of those, really, the proof is in the pudding, my friends. I know that's a very great analogy here, but the proof is absolutely in the pudding. You need to taste it. You need to have a look at exactly how they perform under pressure. It's such a vital role. It's the engine room to your business, potentially. You need to have a trial there, and I totally agree with that. And then on top of that, I also look at probationary periods. So probationary periods are also a really great tool to help not just you when you're bringing somebody in, but to help the individual themselves as well, because you're going to be saying, look, do you know what, I'm going to scratch your back if you scratch mine. I want to see you do put your money where your mouth is moment. Yeah, you've said and you've done all these lovely things, but I want to see that now systematically over a longer period of time. I want to see what you're like. Okay, you're going to get paid during your probationary period, unlike your free trial, but I'm going to see how you're like over a longer period of time. And you know what? For doing that, I'm going to make sure that I'm actually integrating you into the organisation in the best possible way, that I'm looking after you, and I'm giving you every bit of opportunity and support to achieve the goals and objectives that I put out there for you, and to get that moving forward. I'm going to be committed to you as much as you're committed to me. And it gives them the opportunity to also see, you say yourself in an interview as well, as an organisation. And when you do the onboarding, it's really important that you don't oversell yourself, because when that person ultimately comes in, if you sold yourself as a Michelin star when they come in, you're some cheap dirty cafe, not that would ever happen, but you know, you need to be able to be what you're selling yourselves to be, because otherwise they're going to very much feel that they've been missold to. I mean, that's more common in terms of the type of role that you're giving somebody when they come and go, well, you know, that's not what I thought I was interviewed for. you need to be open and honest the whole way through, but it gives them the opportunity to say, do you know what, this isn't quite the right fit, it isn't actually what I thought it was, and they get the opportunity to come out of that relationship too. It works both ways. And I mean, in terms of the trial thing, absolutely, there will be tons of people that will shoot me down right now, absolutely, and say, how ethical is it to pay somebody no money for a service they're going to be delivering? And what I would say is turn that around a little bit and just think, how much is it going to cost that particular employer if they hire a dud? Yeah, I mean, hiring a dud costs money. The statistics vary, but the one I always focus on is it costs around about up to £30,000 per employee that you employ that is a dud. You know, that's a lot of money. That's just a lot of money, and it's going to take up a lot of time to actually resolve some of those issues and those problems that you could have resolved through your interview process. The trial is just an extension of that in this world. You don't get paid to go to the interview. So this would just be an extension of that interview. You don't get paid for assessment centres. I've seen assessment centres go on for 2 days. Yeah, you don't get paid for assessment centres either. I think it's a good tool to try and identify the person's skill set for the roles that they're interviewing for, but I think you should back it up with probationary periods after you appoint somebody, and consistency is going to be key. All right, you take care, everybody, and I'll see you later. Have a great week or weekend. Take care. Bye.